students, so let's continue the explanation of the chapter Rise of Nationalism in Europe. And now we'll start with the topic the revolutionaries. In 1815, secret societies were formed in many European states to train the revolutionaries and spread their idea. Revolutionary opposed monarchical forms, fight for the liberty and freedom. The Italian revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini, born in the Genoa in 1807, founded two more underground societies. First, Young Italy in Marseilles. Secondly, he founded the Young Europe in Bern, whose members were like-minded young men from Poland, France, Italy and the German states. Now we'll see the age of the revolutions, 1830 to 1848. In July 1830, Bourbon kings were overthrown by the liberal revolutionaries, who installed a constitutional monarchy with Louis Philippe at its head. The July Revolution sparked an upspring in the Brussels, which led to the Belgium breaking away from the United Kingdom of the Netherlands in 1821. Greeks struggled for independence. The romantic imaginations and the national feeling. In this we'll see the culture played an important role in creating the idea of the nation. Art and poetry, stories and the music helped express and shape the nationalist feeling. A cultural movement, that is the Romanticism, which sought to develop a particular form of the nationalist sentiments. Language also played an important role in developing the nationalist sentiments. A Russian language was imposed everywhere, and in 1831 an armed rebellion against the Russian rule took place, which was ultimately crushed. Hunger, hardship and popular revolt. Europe faced economic hardship in 1830s. The first half of the 19th century saw an enormous increase in population all over the Europe. The rise of food prices, or a year of the bad harvest, led to the widespread in town and country. In 1848, food shortages and the widespread unemployment brought the population of Paris on the roads. The revolution of the liberals in 1848. A revolution led by the educated middle classes was underway. Men and women of the liberal middle class demanded creation of a nation state on parliamentary principles, a constitution, freedom of the press and the freedom of the association. A large number of the political association came together in the Frankfurt to vote for an all-German National Assembly. On 18 May 1848, 831 elected representatives marched to take their places in Frankfurt Parliaments convened in the Church of St. Paul. The constitution drafted by the German nation was headed by the monarchy, subject to the parliament. The crown was offered to the Frederick Wilhelm IV, King of Prussia, but he rejected it and joined the other monarchs to oppose the elected assembly. The middle class dominated the parliament, and a large number of the women participated in the liberal movement. Women formed their own political association, founded newspapers and took part in it. Political meetings in the demonstration, but they were still denied suffrage rights during the election of the assembly. In the years after 1848, the autocratic monarchies of the Central and Eastern Europe began to introduce the changes that had already taken place in the Western Europe before 1815. So, thus serfdom and bonded labor were abolished both in the Habsburg dominions and in Russia. So that's it for now, students. I'll start with the heading The Making of Germany and Italy in my next class.